Hey fashion lovers, welcome back to my channel. Today it is this jumpsuit that I'll be cutting in this video. Now this is a 3-yard Ankara. Alright, my client gave me this. Now while looking at the video, that was the video I got. While looking at it, I noticed something. But what I noticed on this video, I cannot do it on this fabric because the fabric print is not the same. If you watch this print, the two of them has this straight print. Okay, that means you can actually cut this jumpsuit together, the up and down together, and you join it at that straight line. Okay, so my print and the print of the original are not the same, so their pattern of cutting, I will not be using their pattern of cutting. I'll be using another pattern of cutting. So this is my sewing measurement. The measurement I've done the calculation. Now my bust, waist and hip, if you notice, I did +4+4. Why? If you watch that jumpsuit is free. It is not a bodycon or a fitted jumpsuit. So when you have any dress like that, there's what we call ease. So that 4 inches can be up to 6 inches. I added ease. All right, so yours can vary, mustn't be 4. Now I added it to the original measurement before dividing by 4. Another thing is my jumpsuit length is 66 and my half length, the person's half length is 17. Okay, so you can just pause my measurement and go through them. Now this is my first pattern paper. I'm starting with the upper chest, the upper jumpsuit, to cut it. Now the first thing is I marked my shoulder, and I will be going for 8 for my armhole depth and 18 for the half length. Now the original half length is about 17, but going for 18 is just for sewing allowance. All right, now that is my bust. I marked the line down here too. My waist, marked it. Come here, connect my shoulder down. All right, this is my shoulder, this is my B, and here is W, which is the waist measurement. Okay, now the next thing I'll do is start marking my basic measurement. That particular jumpsuit does not have a dart on the front. There can be a dart at the back, yes, but the front of that jumpsuit does not have any darts. All right, now I'll curve my armhole just the basic way we cover our armhole. Now this is a basic half length, the shoulder, bust and waist. Okay, this is the basic, but the dress we are sewing is a strapless jumpsuit. Okay, so remember I have chest, shoulder to chest measurement to be 6. Okay, the one I measured on the person, and I have 6. Okay, so I'll connect it straight down here. You see how I'm connecting it. Now this is my chest. Okay, the chest area. All right, now having indicated it, next thing is for us to connect. Now if you're looking at the jumpsuit, you see that the jumpsuit is as if it's straight from the armhole. There's no curving on the armhole, it's just straight. So this is how you connect it. You can do freehand. Okay, you can do freehand if you choose to, or some do come this way, they curve it and they dip in the shoulder, but this is not what is on the picture. All right, the curving of the armhole is not on the picture, so we'll be working with what is on the picture. So this is our top. The upper part is ready. Now next thing I'll go ahead is to cut. Okay, so you can watch me cut. You see I did not go for the curve part. The curve part is totally out of it. Okay, it's a strapless part that we're interested in. So this is the upper part of this jumpsuit. Now as a beginner, pattern paper should be your friend. I love using pattern paper. I would have gone straight to the fabric to cut this, but because of clarity, I decided to go for. Now we have gotten our up. The next is our trouser. All right, for those that do not know how to cut trouser, there's a video on my channel on how to cut your palazzo trouser, different kinds of trouser. Do watch it. I will be attaching it at the end. But this is my pattern paper. The highest of it is 40. Okay, now my sitting, I went for 14. My sitting is 14 and my hip is 10. My waist to sitting is 14. My waist to hip is 10. All right, and the waist, the beginning is usually the waist. So I've marked my hip, that is my waist to hip. All right, this is my hip and laps or sitting. Now I usually love marking half inches by this side. Okay, why am I doing that? To enable me to cut when cutting. Okay, so that is the half inches. I'll just take it down and mark it all through. And mark it all through. Now, having done that, come here. This is the laps. Mark the laps measurement. At the hip, mark the hip measurement. All right, that is what I just marked. The hip is 12.5 and the laps is about 15. Then the same hip you mark on the waist, you connect it straight. The waist first measurement that I just connected right now is the hip measurement, and we connected it straight down. All right, once that is done, you can decide to leave it this way. All right, but we will not be doing that. Rather, I'll just get, this is the front. All right, the upper part, the top, this is the waist. So I'll just place it here and trace it. Can just go ahead and trace it. All right, then I'll get my rule and connect it to the hip. And connect it to the hip, the waist, the top waist, and the trouser waist needs to be this. Now this is the curving of the flap. Okay, this is the connection point. You see the where I circled is the connection point. Now, having done this, the next thing we need to do is measure. I usually measure from here to the end of the pattern paper, which gives me 16. Okay, I'll come here to the end of the pattern paper and get my 16. This is where the 16 is. Now, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to get the center of our trouser. Okay, so I'll connect it straight here. I haven't connected it. The next thing is getting the center. Right, I will be dividing here by 2. I will be dividing the 16 by 2. I need to hold this down. Dividing it by 2, 16 by 2, which gives us 8. Okay, so placing it this way, the middle, this is the middle. All right, marking it here 1, you come up here right at the laps, mark it 2. Now, in whatever kind of trouser you're making, it is very important you get the center of your trouser. That is what I'm trying to do here. Though it is a palazzo trouser, a palazzo jumpsuit, but we need the center. Now, I've gotten the center. Now, I have choices. What am I to do down here? Is that I reduce the wideness. What I usually do is just take my tape and place it. Check the wideness, if it is too much, if it is too small. All right, now this is the 16 in 2, which is 32. Yeah, 34. This is how it looks. Okay, so but what I usually love doing is come here, take 1 inches. Okay, from each side. From each side, take 1 inches. Okay, now having taken the 1 inches, you connect it. You see how I'm connecting it? So now what I'm reducing is the wideness, the palazzo itself. That is what I'm doing right now. It is reducing it. Okay. Now for me, I think this is better. Okay, this is much better for the leg. I do not want it too wide. So I reduce it by 1 inches from both sides. That is the importance of you getting your center trouser. When you're cutting trouser jumpsuit, always get the center. Whatever you're taking should be divided. If you decide to take 2 inches from the down part or so it will not be too wide, divide it. Okay, let it be even so your trouser will not be shifting one side. All right, so I'm cutting the front part of it right now. This is it, all done cutting. Okay, this is it. The front trouser is ready. The next thing is our back. Our back, first thing first, is to mark 3 inches above. 3 inches above, that is the first thing. All right, now you mark it above. This is it. This is 3 inches. Before placing the pattern of the front, you need to indicate. Now you see where I'm starting my placing. Where the 3 inches stopped, that is where I'm starting. Okay, here, you see that? That is where I'm starting. Now, having placed it well, next thing is for us to start marking 2. You see all these parts, 2 inches, 2 inches. I connected the straight line. Now, these are the side you add your allowance, and your allowance goes to the flap part or the crotch side. That is the part you add 2 inches at the back. All right, the back of your trouser. Now that 2 inches will be measured straight. Okay, will be measured straight. Now this is it. I can decide to go with this as my basic, as my jumpsuit, but there's something I usually love doing, especially when I do not want my back part of the jumpsuit or trouser to be popping up. I take out 1 inches here, 1 inches here, then I do freehand. Okay, it is freehand. We have to connect from the laps here. You can see how I'm doing the freehands. Connect it straight down. All right, now this is it. Now add that 1 inches I took off, I will add it here. You can see where I added it. I added it back right here. Then you connect it smoothly. Okay, now I want the back of this trouser to be, I don't want it popping up at the back. I want it fitted, giving it the shape it's supposed to give. Now the next thing is for us to cut. So you can see how I'm cutting it. You can see how I'm cutting it. Always cut with your pattern paper. If you're not getting it, you see where you're not getting it at the, you see that immediately. All right, this side too, I will be cutting it. Now you can see I added some paper to the length of the back because of that extension at the front. It shortened it down there, so I had to add extra down here. Okay, so I will equally trim it off so it will be even. Okay, this is it. Now the next thing is for me to cut this on the fabric. You saw this fabric earlier, that is what I'm using. Okay, so I will go with the back first. This is folded into two, so when I'm cutting two. Now the front pattern, when placing it on the fabric, make sure you fold the fabric. All right, when placing it, it should be folded. You're cutting two pieces of each, two pieces of the front, two pieces of the back, so you can always change. Now this is the back that I'm starting with to cut. Okay, and you place it very well. You can see the trouser length, you can see what is left here. All right, I will extend it to the end of the fabric. You can see I placed my tape and it gave me about 44. Okay, so we will be starting with here. Okay, placing it this way. The next thing is for us to cut. Okay, so you see that this is ready. All right, the back, I've done the cutting. Okay, you can see the pattern paper is shorter, but when cutting it on the fabric, I increased the length. Now I folded again for me to cut the front. The front, this is it. Placed it well and cut. You see that? That is it. I can equally see the allowances I have left. Okay, so when cutting, I have to put that into consideration. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and start cutting from these parts. Okay, now you can see I'm done cutting it. All right, I still left space down there. All right, now this is what is left of the 3 yards. Let's take measurements, to be certain of what we have. We have 25, either 25 or 26. Okay, 25 inches left of the fabric. So let's fold. All right, now this fabric is beautiful, but the pattern on it, if I should cut the jumpsuit together, the sewing will be visible. All right, now this is my front pattern. I just need to fold it and place the fabric pattern and trace it out. Okay, so trace it out. Now I'm cutting exactly after adding some. Right, this is it. We are to cut. This is the front first. Take out this. Now we be leaving few allowance, just small allowance. This is it. Here too will be curved. This is it. So the front part is ready. Right, let's cut the back. Now this is the back. Let me show you the difference. The back, I didn't know it wasn't capturing it. So this is the back. I took out the chest part of it. That is what I did. Different between the front and the back. The front, this is what I cut off from it. This, I cut it off and cut it straight from the B. So it's at the armhole depth. All right, So this is how I got my back. Remember, the back has zip. The back of this jumpsuit has zip. So plus the back, we are having plus the back. This is it. So we just open this up so you remember it is zip. Okay. So this is our back. Hey guys, remember to subscribe to the channel. If you have any question, let me know on the comment section. So let me show you, this is the back and the front. Let me show you the difference between the back and the front. Okay, I think let's turn it this way. You see the difference? The back is straight, the front is bigger. I can even keep reducing more, okay, on the back if I choose to.